Good old IT, business continuity planning. Well, what happens if our office building gets destroyed because of an earthquake? This is very real. I mean, this is super real. Like, what if our entire server farm gets destroyed because of a tornado? What if everything gets hacked and all of our data is completely destroyed? This was super big in the New York area. Unfortunately, due to 9/11, whole companies were completely wiped out due to that awful, tragic event. And so, this disaster recovery plan, business continuity planning, super important for understanding how do you continue your business after, before, hopefully, you plan a little bit beforehand, and then after some awful event happens. Now, there's going to be multiple parts to this. First, here are some steps. Overall, just the primary purpose of this plan is to specify the steps required to resume operations. Now, this is a pretty straightforward multiple choice question you could be asked. So be ready. I mean, this is just the purpose of that plan. So this is a plan. You got 5 steps to it. First, this is you assess the risks. I mean, what are the risks of having your business in Florida? Probably hurricanes. What are your risks of having your business in California? Probably earthquakes. Like just assess risks having to do with natural disasters, large populations, anything with that, anything related to risks at all. Then next, identify mission critical applications and data. Well, probably your computer monitors are not the most important, right? Probably TV screens not the most important. However, backup drives, data, server farms where you're storing everything, those would be mission critical applications. Client files, those would be mission critical. So next, you need a plan on how do you handle those. Do you have them constantly backed up every night so they're somewhere across the country or somewhere across the world so that if something were to happen to your primary site, then they would be fine? Well, you'll develop a plan in step 3. Next, in step 4, we're going to determine the responsibilities of the personnel involved in disaster recovery, right? Is there someone who backs it up every night? Is there someone who re-uploads it every morning? Is there someone whose plan it is to pull everything if, let's say, the data actually does get all deleted? Think about who these individuals are and assign their roles and make sure that those people in those positions know that that is what they need to do were something to happen. Lastly, test the whole plan, right? Simulate, oh no, all of our data got hacked and deleted and everything related to all the work we do is destroyed. See what all the individuals in each role would do and if they handle their roles responsibly. Here are five criteria, 5 steps in the plan. Make sure you know those. Next, oh boy, hot sites, cold sites, warm sites. Gotta love them. This is pretty common question on the exam. Make sure you know these. All right, so these sites exist to allow a business to continue despite any damage to the existing workplace. So no matter what the damage is, no matter how it came about, these sites exist to allow this business to continue. The cheapest, most affordable is a cold site because let's say you are a massive office building in lower Manhattan. Well, you could have a cold site. And what is that cold site? Well, that's just, let's say, an empty building you have rented out in Jersey City, right? Got it. It's maybe about an hour away. Should be closer, but traffic and all. But you got a secondary location, and that's about it. You just have an empty building. Now, a warm site, you have an empty building, and then in that building, you put equipment there, right? You put monitors, you put electrical outlets everywhere, you wire the building, you have connectivity at the location, so there's Wi-Fi ready to go, right? You can totally set up shop, but there's no one really at that site. It's warm, it's ready to go, but there's not really anyone there. And then hot site, let's say you've got a fully fledged operational other office in Jersey City. So if something happens to your lower Manhattan office, then you can just take all your employees, send them to the Jersey City office, and they can continue working there. This incident outage is measured in, so if you only have a cold site, the outage, meaning like when you are going to be out not able to work, is in weeks because you have to set up equipment at the location, get your Wi-Fi and networks going. and then yeah, it's going to take a while. Whereas warm site, right, you got it all, but you got to shift all the personnel over there. It's going to take days or hours. And then hot site, it's really just as quick as you can get your employees over to the other site. Hours or minutes, this is ready to go at a moment's notice. Many questions are going to describe a particular site and have you dictate if it's a hot site, warm site, or cold site. So be ready for multiple choice questions such as those.
Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.